No, can't move from Cumbria. Love Cumbria to bits. People say it's a crap hole, but it's where you live, it's where I've been brought up.
I wanted to write a play about two young runaways, two outsiders. I knew I wanted to set it in the Lake District, but I didn't think I could do that without involving the young people who actually live here.
Refreshing to see something that isn't gang and city related and a bit more, well, familiar.
It's good that you're getting people to come in to say what it's like to live in Cumbria and stuff like that.
It's surreal. It's interesting because obviously I've never met an actor or a writer.
Of course, what's interesting about the Lake District, it's not just what you see on postcards and in movies. There's real deprivation there, there's real challenges there.
No, I don't want to let it go. You know I'm not a widow.
We work closely with Cumbria Youth Alliance and other agencies, so we already knew there was going to be themes about masculinity, what it meant to be a young lad. Emotional resilience is something that we picked up on very quickly. But the themes of hope and ambition.
Why did you have to go into
Decent
that?
characters, Lyle, the young one, and the young father as well. Bit emotional for the two of them, you know. But they do seem to get along. Sort of reminded me of like how I grew up, you know. You know, like with the mental health side and the bullying side.
The young people we met are aware that the place they live in is beautiful, but the bit that they live in isn't quite so beautiful. It's the bit that tourists don't go to. And that can feel isolating, that can feel second class.
I thought doing a story like that in this area was quite interesting.
What was astounding really was how open these young people were about how they did feel, about bullying, about social isolation, also about running away.
I'd have kept myself, very quiet lad, kept myself with my dad, and that's it really. Bullied all my life.
I know from personal experience myself, I didn't have exactly the best childhood, so I got kind of related to them a lot. There was times I wanted to run away and just not come back.
People in my own life are fragile that way, and I think a lot of people in this area are because they've grown up the same way.
I remember with Lyle, I felt this was me when I was like 15, you know.
Let's go there.
Like I said, it was with bullying from secondary school and what got me to it.
What I wanted to write about was about two young lads between boyhood and adulthood. And I wanted to write about male friendship without talking about football or sex or social media.
I want to kill them. Them that did this to you. Do you hear me? I'll kill them for you. These bully boys, bastards, all of them.
I just bottled it in. You can't let it out. You can tell people, but sometimes they don't help you. So it's best I'd have thought bottle it in and just keep it. And I think that's why I'm like I am now.
The theme with Lyle of him being sort of abused and that sort of thing. It's interesting to see it done in a kind of way where it's not about him manning up. It's about showing what it's doing to him and how he's reacting to it and stuff.
Me's a bit shit if you want to know the truth.
Both of them had their own different life, and then each one sort of like helping each one with their own problems by listening to each other and then talking to each other about different things and that.
I know what they go through, and it's really good to see that reenacting of that sort of stuff.
You said you wanted to get away too, so that was the plan. That's the plan.
What was really interesting about the engagement with these groups was there was tenderness, there was understanding, there was upset and sensitivity. And that's what I wanted to portray in the play, and that's what we got from the workshop engagement as well. So it's what happened when you bring theatre and actors and scripts and creativity into a room. And these young people were brilliant and inspirational and helped us to steer a path through this play.
Doing a play like this is really good to make people see what you've got to go through and what your head's doing inside. People can't see what's in your head.
Yeah, it's like when they said, why don't we go somewhere better? Like at the end of the play when they said, why don't they go somewhere better?
Anyway, point is, who would want to be me, eh?